Hey, Book Dragons, I am so glad that you've joined me today. I am so excited because I get to talk about my bookshop, or my hypothetical bookshop, that is. This is the If I Owned a Bookstore tag. And I was not tagged in it, but I saw it on Kevin Toll Reads. And it was just really a lot of fun. And I'm like, I want to do that tag. And this was created by Robert G. Reader of Books. So I'll have both of their channels linked below. And Bob states in the creation of the video, it's time to indulge in a bit of fantasy to imagine owning your own bookstore. In responding to the prompts below, pretend money's not an issue, that you are independently wealthy. I like that imagination. But remember, moderation in all things, which, yeah, of course. I like moderation. Aesthetic considerations are your only criteria. I love it, so I'm excited to do it. The first prompt says, what are the hours of operation? I'm going to say 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., whatever time zone I end up in for this bookstore. I don't want it to be a 24/7 thing, because I want to have a life, but I'm assuming I'll have other employees as well, and so there will be shifts and things like that. So, but I think 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. is a good set of hours for a bookstore. I know some bookstores close at 9 p.m. and I'm like, why would you close at 9 p.m.? That makes no sense to me. So I think 11 p.m. is probably a good way to do that. And 7 days a week, open 7 days a week. I'm totally cool with that. So that's the hours. Prompt number 2, is there ambient music? What kind? Yes, there is. I think jazz works really well, smooth jazz specifically, even though I love like classic jazz music as well and swing and things like that. But I think smooth jazz, has kind of more of that modern, upbeat, contemporary feel to it. And the smooth jazz category is pretty broad. I understand that. But and we could have some classic jazz as well. Classical would not be off the table either. I love classical music. Progressive house would be cool. Ooh, I'd love to have a bookstore with some progressive house music playing in the background. Oh yeah, this is all coming together. Just wait for the announcement, guys. It's coming. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, music is definitely going to be a thing in the bookstore. But not so much that it overpowers people. Like, some people have a hard time reading if there's other noise going on in the background, and I want the bookshop to be a place where people can read as well. And, there's going to be lounge areas and stuff. So I want it to be quiet enough that it's not distracting for them, too. So we'll have to see how to find that perfect balance, Prompt number 3, is there a coffee bar? And do you serve alcohol? There is a coffee bar, yes. Tea as well, coffee and tea. Alcohol, maybe. I mean, I have nothing against alcohol. I like to drink alcohol myself on occasion. Getting a liquor license would be quite a bit of expense, so I don't think I would be serving alcohol maybe right away, but maybe it would all work out and I would. I know I'm supposed to come at this from the fact that I'm independently wealthy at this point. So sure, conceivably, I would not have a problem serving alcoholic beverages there as well. And while we're at it, probably have like pastries and other foods possibly, maybe a little cafe. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Kind of a one-stop shop. You come get your books and you eat and you fraternize with friends and it's great. Prompt number 4. Are patrons encouraged to linger? Absolutely. Absolutely. I want people to kind of feel like it's their home away from home. Are there comfortable chairs? Oh, most definitely. There have to be comfortable chairs. I like those big plushy like armchairs that you can just kind of sink into and relax and maybe even take a nap. You know, if you're tired enough, you end up taking a nap. You know, those kind of chairs I think would be great. And who knows, maybe I'll even throw in some massage chairs there as well. You know, just give people the opportunity to relax in a nice cushioned chair that also has a massage feature if they want it. You know, like a shiatsu massage chair. Oh boy. What kind of lighting? My eyes are kind of sensitive to a lot of light, and other people's would be too, I'm sure. But we also need to be able to see what we're reading clearly and not have to squint or, you know, find the right lighting situation. So I don't know. I can imagine in the seating area there would probably be lamps that people could turn on, and the areas where you look at the books on the bookshelves and stuff, I imagine the lighting would be a bit brighter there. So yeah, I think there needs to be adequate lighting, but not overpowering. Are there tables? Yes, I think coffee tables work really well for bookstores, and so I would have some coffee tables. Maybe depending on the seating arrangement, I might have end tables as opposed to coffee tables, but definitely want some tables. And you got to have some tables for showcasing certain books. And yeah, so there will be a variety of tables in my bookstore. And are there areas for group gatherings? I think so, yeah. I would love to have a place where special interest groups could get together and chat about books they're reading or projects they're working on, things like that. I think that would be great. So yes, there will be places for groups together. Okay, so that was all in prompt number 4. Let's move on to prompt number 5. Is there live entertainment, poetry readings, authors reading from their current works, lectures in literature? Yes, to all 3, I think. I definitely want to be a comfortable and safe space for people to come and express ideas and express their creative mind through poetry or whatever it have. I'd love to have book signings, especially for indie authors. I think that would be great. And maybe have some authors in residence for local authors. I think that would be fantastic. So yeah, all of those. When it mentioned live entertainment, I'm like, wait, are we talking like live music? I don't know if live music would be something that I would have at my bookstore. But, you know, definitely poetry readings and lectures, different things like that. That would be fantastic. Prompt number 6. Where is your bookstore located? In the busy heart of a large city? In a neighborhood of a large city? In a suburban strip mall? In a small town? Or in a rural area? That's a really good question. I really like the Pacific Northwest as far as where it's located. I think that would be a spectacular place to have a bookshop. I love the Pacific Northwest. It's so beautiful there, and the ambiance is just, nature and everything. It's just so perfect. And to have a little bookstore tucked away somewhere, that would be awesome. But I do think in a smaller part of a larger city would be best, because you know, if it's a real small town, even though they need access to books, I don't think there would be as much of an accessibility to a lot of people. and I do want a lot of people frequenting my bookstore. So I don't know. I think the happy medium is maybe it's in a large city or a larger small city, but not so out of the way that nobody can get to it and it takes a long time. So yeah, I think in a small area of a bigger city would work the best. Oh, and as far as is it in a strip mall? No, I think I'd want a standalone building, to be honest, for that. Or maybe partnered with another business in like a duplex type situation. You got the bookstore on one side and the other shop on the other side. Maybe there's an eatery on one side or a separate coffee shop that's not, but then my business would compete with it. I don't know. We'll have to figure that piece out. But standalone establishment would probably be ideal for me. And I would love to design it as a castle. Oh my goodness. I would love to build it as a castle and have the parapets and different things sectioned off with different types of books, and have a dragon on top of it. Oh, that would be super cool. I'm just going hog wild here, guys, or dragon wild, I should say. So here we go. We're going to move on before I get out of control. How does your bookstore look from the outside? Well, there we go. I just answered that question, guys. Oh my goodness. Yes. It says options would be sleek and modern, dark and brooding. I don't know about dark, but maybe brooding. Yes. I definitely think, like I said, I love to have it look like a castle and have a dragon statue perched on it. Maybe some gargoyles. I don't know. I would definitely love it to look kind of gothic but more, I don't know. Can it be gothic and modern at the same time? I think it could, but yeah, a really nice gothic castle or like a mini gothic cathedral. Oh, that would be fun. So yes. So I kind of answered that question in the previous one, but now I'm really answering it. What's your specialty? Used books, new and used, only fiction, only nonfiction, fiction and nonfiction. Does your bookstore specialize in a particular genre? I think that my bookstore would definitely specialize in fantasy literature because, that's my heartthrob right there. I love fantasy fiction. But I would have all kinds of literature there. I would have contemporary classics. I would have sci-fi, indie. I would definitely have a section devoted to indie books. I would have some nonfiction there as well. I'm not exclusive at all. I want all types of literature to be able to be accessed in my bookstore, but I would definitely have a push towards fantasy. That would probably be a large section of the bookstore, and then a small smattering of other things as well. And of course, I would not be opposed to romantasy, even though I don't read romantasy or romance at all, really. Romance and romantasy, I definitely think should have a place in my bookstore. So I'm not biased in any way with that. And I think a wide variety would keep the place healthy and interesting to people. I would definitely want to have used books and new. I would have a section where you could go and trade in your books and get cash back for them or store credit and then go and buy new books. So used is definitely going to be a thing as well. I'd have a used section and a brand new showcase as well for newer books. So yeah, all of it. What's the name of your bookstore? All right, guys, are you ready for this? Eccentric Dragon Books. That's what it's going to be called. And you heard it here first. It's trademarked, patented, copyrighted. No, I'm teasing. But yes, Eccentric Dragon Books, I think, would be the perfect name for it. My imprint for my books is Eccentric Dragon Press, so it would just go with that flow, and I think it would be great. So that's all the prompts on this tag. So I will tag some people in the description below, and if I tag you, you better do it, because I want to come to your bookstore. I will be waiting for you to start your bookstore so I can visit it. And don't delay, because I'm not getting any younger here, guys, okay? But yes, I will tag some people below, and I would love to see them do this tag. And if you're watching this and you've never heard of this tag, or you've seen it but never done it, you are tagged as well. And if you don't want to do the tag, but you just want to tell me some of your ideas in the comments, I'd love to hear your comments. And until next time, guys, make sure that you read more books, and if you want to watch more of my content, check out the end screen here.